Our residential canine duelist is back, and this is for higher stakes and top cut. Did you guys smash the ever-living crap out of that subscribe button? See, guys, don't miss out on more awesome content. This is also very interesting because we actually get to see what Maliss looks like here as well, and I really have enjoyed actually seeing what our canine duelist can kind of do, because this whole tournament has been very interesting from Kongs, just to kind of test out the waters and just to see, what we could do here. So, yes, we have somebody we have a lot of Maliss, actually. Just losing Splash Mage was not necessarily the death of this deck. It just kind of turned on a new leaf, and you also do see both of our players drew Nib as their first card, which is hilarious. We're going to see Gold Stark being the best starter ever here. You're going to see the Dormouse going away. We're going to pay 3, bringing up the 1 of. So now we get to cut our opponent off here with this, which is, really, really sad, because there's not much you can do there. All right. We're also going to chain the Fua there. Okay, that's pretty good. On resolution, Fua goes off. We got the Chessie here, going to banish up. And, you just got all the extension power here. You get to see the Chessie actually having to summon out the Chessie. We don't have the other name right now, which is going to be a problem that we're going to have to deal with. But that's fine. We just get to convert into the Red Ransom. Really stings because, we can get Field Spell here and go, but don't have the Splash Mage extension, which is rough. So we get the Underground here. We'll go ahead and set the Malice and Mirrors, and we're good. Well, that was 4 summons, technically, I believe, hilariously enough. So we're just going to go ahead. We're going to normal summon Nori here. Now, this is where things are going to start to kind of crack apart in the House of Malice, because we get to go ahead and negate that. That's pretty good. Hey, look, time to go ahead and revive. All right, we get to go ahead and White Rabbit on back. Grab another Malice and Underground here. Go ahead, set up our trap card. So it feels like this deck is more receptive, kind of, now. You kind of have to rely on more combo pieces, and it's a little bit more intricate, which I don't hate that, actually. I think this is more unique than what we're used to seeing out here. So we're going to see Case go ahead. We're going to grab Joe Cool. This is probably going to start to spin out of control very quickly here. All right, because now that we get to drop this, here comes the ad of another Izuna. All right, so now we can trigger that if we need to. Here comes Nash with the Lantern on the suck up on the side there. We're going to see the Nib come down here, and then the Chain. You're going to see the Nash Knight suck that up. All right, just to get it off of the way. All right, so Chain resolves. Down comes the Nib. We give the token over to the opponent here, putting it in the zone we want. We're going to see the Izuna come down. There's the Lupus. Now we're going to go ahead and make Ripper. We will get the spell card set out of the deck there, the Force Release. We can attack over because we do have the power boost off of that, which is good. You'll see the mode change into the Werewolf, and then we can bonk for 42. You do actually see the concession there, because now that the Werewolf is active, there's not really much that you can do. Speaking of not much you can do, the triple Izuna. Well, if you see a Jokun here, this hand just turns on with the quickness. Like, you'll be able to play this very, very well. I actually quite like this a lot. This is one of those situations where seeing all of the pieces will reward you very, very much. So we're going to see the engage here into the Hornet Drones. So this is one of the biggest innovations for this deck, especially post the World Championship here, where you've been seeing Hornet Drones really just innovating this deck and giving you a lot more tools to kind of do your thing. All right, Hornet Drones generation. We're going to see the Fua come down here, which, it got ashed. It's not the worst. We're going to be able to go pretty far here. Hornet Drones into that. We're going to see the Izuna coming down here. All right, can we get a cutoff here? Actually have to cut off the Lupus here, because if this Lupus actually sticks, we do not get to play the game at all. Well, I really wish that we could get some better value here, but we'll see where this goes. We're going to see the hard making of the Ransom, and actually, the concession here from our opponent, which is actually pretty impressive. All right, let's spin it on into game 3 here and see anything different, because I see, hey, look, we have Lupus and Friend. Oh my god, we hard drew the Lupus. Sure. All right, so we're going to go ahead and see the Nori coming down here, getting ashed. We'll go ahead and Lupus extend, which now we can just go ahead and rip her up into the Joe Cool, which is good to set this. We'll go ahead and see the spin up on the revive here. All right, Joe Cool into Lantern. Yeah, we know where this is going. See the rank up into the Nash, and then the Lantern for the revive. And then we get the Release Experiment. Yeah, good luck. All right, well, we do see the Malice here, Nash Knight. We're going to go ahead, see the attack. Yeah, they're going to go ahead and take our Ripper. It's interesting. We're going to see the Malice extension here. Okay. We will get to trigger this. We're going to see this popping the Malice there. Force Liberation to pop that. Okay, and then I'll go ahead and set and concede. All right. Well, I have another little replay here that I wanted to kind of toss in here, because this is very, very interesting. So this is our Orcust player against Memento. You're going to see, hey, here comes the good stuff. Orcust gets to go ahead and start doing the full combo. See, this is kind of the cool thing right now. Like, this format is very build a board centric. And go, you see the rotation there into, the Galtea, same thing this deck does. Very steadily, you just got to get to the 4s. Go ahead, get back a free wand to our hand. Not exactly the happiest moment of my life, but, Field Spell into the Dusk. Hey, look, and we see the concession. It's really funny you see the concession in the first 44 seconds there, because that's just how easy it is. All right, well, Perulia is going to get ashed. We see the Dusk Blade into the Azuna. Okay, here comes the Lupus. Lupus, go ahead and come on down here. We're going to see the big guy here to pop that. Now, we do have Tactile strip out the Ghost Spell. Now, can we keep playing the game off of this? Do we have the power? Ah, we did. Anytime you can find dear old Horsey to start playing the game, it feels disgusting. All right, well, recycle all the resources. All right, Horsey time special. Now Horsey gets to go ahead and do the mills. So now we get to go ahead and construct a board here, which is, I think, the thing that we all love about this. Sleepy, go ahead, fuse. Go ahead and rotate that. Grab up back a Huron and Mace. All right, here comes the revive. Kick off. Here comes the Goblin. Get the fusion into rotation to pop. Get the Memento fusion. Now we can go ahead and tuck back, because guess what? We destroyed. Here comes the big dumps. Now out comes the 5K in a second after we grab Field Spell off of that. Deploy Memento Palace. Mill off the 2 more. Akahiron revive. And then we get to go ahead and tuck back the big 5. And it is time to bring up the big guy and face set the fusion and pass turn. Well, you get to go ahead and see the pops here, but the Witch does get to come back. We see the Sleepy here. We've also got the Mace here. So you are going to see the rotation into the Mech Knight here, which will drop this, which was an interesting choice. But Memento Fusion, Guardian Chimera, smash through both. See, now we just Orcust Nightmare, give the attack points to the opponent. We have the wand. We still get to keep going. And we do see the crown here. We got the big guy coming down, so we'll just jack this. That's hilarious, actually. And the Orcust is back. And then we get to go ahead and pop. Yeah, that'll do it. That was pretty good. I really enjoyed that, actually. Like, it's actually kind of cool to watch this deck do this thing. Joe Cool and the Lantern's also pretty cool. Well, time to grab a free Lantern, I guess. Alright, go ahead and make the Ripper. So now this Nib in our opponent's hand and this Ash is literally invalidated. That stinks. Well, I guess that's what you get for playing bad cards. Alright, now we get to go ahead and do full Orcust combo. While having all of that standing here. Gonna see the Ash. Yeah, we're just... knowing that the opponent might have a response. Just being like, yeah, man, that's cool. We'll go ahead and just keep on going here. You responded. Go ahead and set the Crescendo. Foolish Burial coming on down here. Make the Orcust. Get the rotation into the Galtea. Alright. You see the stack back up here in the set. Gonna attempt the Nib so we can get the Ripper taken care of. We'll go ahead and grab back our symbol and pass turn. Well, I mean, we got a card in hand now. Actually sucks so bad. They drew the Imperm. Had they been able to have the Imperm on this to break the field, would have been kind of crazy. There's the Imperm to take care of that. Now we have Horsey time. Horsey, go ahead and mill off. Problem is we have a force liberate. Oh, we also have to call by the grave. Here's liberation. Chain that. They're still going to concede. There's nothing they can do. That's so sad. But, well, that's been the rounds of our top cut to start. But what do you guys think? Please, if you comment down below, tell me what you guys think. I'll see your beautiful faces back here in day, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.